Hey guys, this is John. Welcome to the free video. It was a nothing day. It was not a good day for bulls, a fair day for bears, but it was really, there was just nothing that was going on. In terms of the technicals, if we're looking here at the cues on a daily chart, obviously yesterday we had the big rally and today we just had the consolidation. Obviously it's very key right here for bulls if they are going to get anything going that we need to break. You know what? Never mind. Sorry, I'm laughing because this is I was looking at this and I thought it was the daily chart. Right above this, you can see right here, there's a 78-minute chart. So I'm looking at the 78-minute chart going like, who cares about the 78-minute chart? So I should edit that out, but we're just going to keep going. Okay, we are on a daily chart. So if we can push up above 102.37, we could get some additional short covering to the 21-period moving average. I think that's a long shot, but it can happen because there's so many people short here. We're so extended to the downside. We can get a short covering rally at any time, and a short covering rally of the 21 EMA does not in any way, shape, or form change the bearish nature of this market, okay? So that's the first thing to keep in mind. If we look at what is NASDAQ here doing? Well, and by the way, and part of the market has been actually responding to crude oil. Crude oil, since it's been getting crushed, that kind of put the market into a tailspin. But you can see here that crude oil is actually back to around 30 bucks. At least it's stabilized. Okay, so we're seeing stabilizing in crude in conjunction with stabilization of the market. And if we look at dollar yen cash, essentially the way this works is actually I'm so used to looking at the yen futures. So let's just go to the yen futures. So yen futures, essentially, they've been popping up here on a weekly chart, right? And right now they're losing momentum. And if they start to roll back to the downside, that is going to provide support for stocks. So at the end of the day, what kind of market is this? This is a market in which to sell premium for the most part. I did one futures trade today on the NASDAQ. Yesterday was a great day trading 3 lots in the NASDAQ. Today I did one trade. At one point we were up 300 bucks. I moved my stop from 15 or 10 points to entry plus a point. It came down, stopped me out. I made $65. So that was the extent of my NASDAQ futures trading today, and that's okay. The whole point of trading is that when you make money, okay, you got to keep it. So after a good day like yesterday, half the goal is making sure that you keep it, and we certainly did that and added a few coins to that. So I also want to look at Starbucks here. Starbucks, obviously solid company. They sell a lot of coffee and it's got earnings. They closed at 59 after hours. They're down about the expected move and looking to see what that one can do after hours. And then for Twitter, I thought Twitter would be interesting here. So Twitter has got high implied volatility and there's a lot of expectation in that stock, right? So the trade I did on this was essentially selling the $18 straddle that expires tomorrow, but buying some protection, $20 call, $16 put. It's just a couple of pennies for that protection, just in case it gets taken over tomorrow or something like that. But the idea here, implied vol is at 84%. It's at 84% implied volatility, which is at 89% of its range. Okay, it's super high at the top of its range, and just looking to get some premium tomorrow. So I'm just looking at that it's flat tomorrow and kind of quiet, and that premium decay goes right into our pocket. Okay, so what about tomorrow? So for tomorrow, so this is the NASDAQ futures chart I like to use. This is the one I was trading yesterday. Today, the only trade to me that made sense was right here. We did it, and that was the one that it popped up, came down and stopped me out, and there was nothing else to do. That being said, there's some pretty clean setups right now on the 10-year note and the 987 tick chart. I'll be talking about these more tomorrow in the live trading room, and I'm also going to cover T-notes in our Saturday futures class. And by the way, a lot of times when people get into futures, they think stock index futures. These are way easier to trade, okay? And if you want to sign up for this class, which is this Saturday, and I mean, I don't know, this is, if you see something like this, I mean, the only reason that I'm going to do a class on futures is because it is time to do a class on futures, right? The markets are ripe for it. And if you aren't trading futures, that's fine. Understanding how the futures markets work, and it's going to give you an edge when you're trading options. Understanding how the futures markets work, it's going to give you an edge when you're looking at the internals, okay, and decide like, all right, I need to dump my call options on Google here because the internals are turning. And then of course you can just trade futures, which is great. So I'm super excited about this. These are the biggest questions I'm getting asked in the trading room. I see you doing futures trades. How do I do it? We're going to be talking here on the Saturday class, myself, Tony, and Neil. All the basics, soup to nuts, so that if you're a newbie, you can get up to speed, answer all the basic questions, and then we're going to go into some very powerful setups, okay? And then, of course, live trading here, 3 days of live trading. That includes the Saturday class. If you're going to do one of these and you're ready to do this, I completely, highly recommend this. The goal is trading a one lot. You could actually pay for this class as we're doing it. And then we do have a couple of seats left for our elite event here in Austin. It's live, and this includes everything. And if you want to dive in and do this, these are awesome events. We only do 2 a year, all right? And for those of you that are coming, we're looking forward to having you there. You guys have a fantastic evening, and we'll see you at the next update.